Episode 5 of the Last Dance documentary is going to go up later tonight. And since it's going to be revolved around Kobe, I thought it'd be a perfect time for me to revisit Kobe and MJ's relationship on and off the court. As many of you know, Kobe looked up to and idolized MJ. They both wanted to be the greatest at their craft and were willing to work tirelessly in order to do so. But in this video, we will be looking at specifically how Michael Jordan was an idol to Kobe Bryant, how he passed on the torch to him, and what that ultimately meant for both of them going forward. It's no secret that Kobe wanted to be like Mike, from the fadeaways and spin moves to the way that he even carried himself on and off the court. For example, just being the first and last person in the gym. They were basically identical. As a matter of fact, Kobe was interviewed before his last game in the Bulls Arena in 2016, and he elaborated on this by saying, "As a kid growing up in Italy, all I had was video, and so I studied everything. I studied every player. And then once I got back to the States and realized that I wasn't going to be 6'9", I started studying exclusively Michael. And then when I came into the league and matched up against him, I found that he was extremely open to having a relationship, a mentoring relationship. He gave me a great amount of advice in an amazing amount of detail. Strategies, workout regimens, things like that." Not only that, but it was also clear that Kobe and MJ shared a bond on and off the court, as they were friends at the end of the day. And nothing was quite as devastating to the sports world this year as Kobe's death. And that's coming from people like me, and probably you too, who didn't even know Kobe from a personal level. So one can only imagine what MJ went through in January and February of 2020. For this part of the video, I won't go too into detail because I don't want this video to, have a sad tone attached to it. But MJ did elaborate on their friendship after Kobe's death. He said the following: "What Kobe Bryant was to me was an inspiration, that someone truly cared about the way that I played the game or the way that he wanted to play the game. He wanted to be the best basketball player that he could be. And as I got to know him, I wanted to be the best big brother that I could be." Like I said, I don't want this video to be somber about Kobe. I think that it's a lot more productive to look at the gems that Kobe left for us when he was alive than just sitting around being miserable about his death. So getting back to the topic at hand, we do know that Kobe idolized MJ, but do we know if there was an exact moment in time where Kobe was passed the torch from him? I think so. Let me explain.
That's a foul all day long.
Oh, I know you ain't talking. I know you ain't talking.
Hey, you only got 3 now. I get 6. How do I get that foul? You only got 3 now.
You right, can't say none of that. Hey, Mike, you gotta shoot it quick. I'm getting to that.
No, I had you already.
Yeah, but I'm getting to that. I know where you're going. I'm getting to that.
No.
You gotta get up quick.
If you knew where I was going, why you go for the fake?
Mike, after you fake the ball, where else you gonna
You
go?
left your feet.
Yeah, but where else you gonna go?
In the game, I go for you.
I spun all
I
the way
go
around.
for these ribs right here.
I spun all the way around and got you.
Magic Johnson, the greatest point guard of all time, recently gave out an interview and specifically touched on this topic. He said that Kobe respected guys, but it was different with Michael. Kobe idolized Michael in a way that was different from anybody else. And when he was asked to elaborate on the All-Star game in '98, he said that it was like, "Man, I'm trying to be like you, but I also want to show you what I got in the All-Star game too." I love the fact that I was there, and I could witness it just like Larry and I witnessed during the 1992 Olympics, how we were passing the torch to Michael. In a summary, Magic envisioned the All-Star game in '98, where MJ passed the torch to Kobe, just like the one in '92, when he and Larry Bird did the same for MJ. And later on in the same interview, Magic shared this: "I want to be like you and Michael, not only on the court, but I also want to be like you guys off the court." That was one of the last things that Kobe told me. He was chasing those 6 championships, and he always wanted Michael's vice respect. I think that they could go in places, conversations that nobody could go to. He knew that Michael really cared about him, and versa, Kobe really cared about Michael. With all of that being said, Michael Jordan, who was once and may have continued to be an idol for Kobe Bryant, became a true friend for him as their careers progressed. However, before closing out the video, I'd like to shine some light in the fact that an idol can only get someone so far, because at the end of the day, Kobe was still his own man. In fact, Mark Madsen, who used to be Kobe's teammate in LA, said this during an interview. Being in the locker room with Kobe during that matchup and through the course of 3 years, I sensed two things. One, it was an unbelievable respect that Kobe had for Jordan, and I sensed and observed how Kobe emulated Jordan in some ways. But Kobe was an individual. He wanted to carve out his own niche, write his own narrative, and create his own legacy. That said, even though Kobe may have idolized MJ, he still made the conscious decision to put in the hours that it took for him to succeed time and time again. He still carved out his own legacy on and off the court. And more importantly than anything, he still lived his life under his own motto, Mamba mentality. This video was dedicated in honor of the great Kobe Bryant. May he rest in peace.